The outset, his choice was contentious. Handpicked by President William Ruto against Kithure Kindiki, bringing to the limelight a first-time lawmaker, whose next role was to help then-Deputy President to win the race to State House. This against the desire of lawmakers who chose the professor of law instead. And a long night of vote after vote at the current residence of the Deputy President ended up in a stalemate.
That good Kenyan, my friend, whom I have worked with, especially on the economic model. He understands people issues. He is passionate about ordinary people. A living example of a true hustler who rose from the hardships of the aftermath of our freedom struggle to the pinnacle of professional, business, and political success.
The spell of praise lengthened for Gachagua 2 days later in Madira constituency in Nyeri County on the pair's first political engagement in the region.
I want also to assure the people of Madira, Nyeri, and the people of Kenya that Rigathi Gachagua is a very strong personality. And I am at home. And I was looking for a very strong personality because matters Kenya require men and women who are not fickle.
In the months after coming to office, the president giving an inside account of the process that birthed his running mate, making an admission of how he overlooked Professor Kindiki, his now deputy.
Wakati tulikuwa tunapangana pale, tukapangana, nikaita wabunge hawa, nikawaambia sasa nyinyi wabunge, kwa sababu tumepangana vizuri, mimi nataka munitafutie, mnaona tutapangana namna gani, tuwe na deputy wa kunisaidia. Hawa wabunge wakaongea, nikaona wananielekeza kwa vijana. Wakaniambia kijana fulani ni mzuri, kijana fulani wa bidii, kijana fulani ni wa namna hii. Lakini mimi niliwaambia hapana, wacha mimi nipangane na huyu Rigiji. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Si ni kweli? Kwa sababu huyu Rigiji ni mtu ya rika yangu. So tunaweza kupangana na yeye, ndio tuweze kusongesha mambo mbele.
An account corroborated by some lawmakers who took part in the voting for Ruto's running mate.
So we whipped each other and we did the second round of nomination. And Rigathi Gachagua got 21 votes and Kithure Kindiki got 38 votes. Mm-hmm. And we did not agree, and the meeting was scattered, and we were requested to attend the next day, early morning, so that we can now conclude.
Why did you not agree?
We did not agree because the president himself wanted Rigathi Gachagua.
Sharp differences at the presidency in the following months brought to an end what was otherwise qualified as a working partnership. The president and his allies accusing Gachagua of advancing a different agenda, ending with his impeachment and the swearing in of Professor Kithure Kindiki, who assumes an office he so desired to hold, under reunion with similar characterization at his inauguration, the head of state deploying the same attributes he used to characterize Gachagua.
My young brother, let me call you Abraham K. or Abra K. Welcome to the service of this great nation, Kenya. You are eloquent, my brother. You are intelligent, my brother. I am confident that you will do that which I have missed for the last 2 years. I know you will.
To the best of my judgment.
I'm sorry, let's take it again.
When he took that oath of office 2 years ago before a packed stadium at Kasarani, Rigathi caught the image of a man eager, almost impatient to ascend to the second highest office in the land.
Truly and diligently serve the people.
He had risen nearly meteorically from a businessman, one-term MP, to the Deputy President of the Republic. And just as fast as he had ascended to the presidency, he has been kicked out in a process that took all of 3 weeks, including parliamentary processes and yet to be concluded court challenges. Gachagua was stripped not just of the second highest office of the land, but the perks and privileges that come with it, days before he was replaced by Professor Kindiki Kithure.
But let me live. Let me look after my children. You can do whatever you want with the country.
The fallout between the president and his deputy happened at lightning speed. From bosom buddies who hit the campaign trail together to an estranged couple who couldn't stay in the same space.
I was removed. My private secretary was removed. My chief of staff was removed. So we have no access to the president's diary.
Who removed you?
The private secretary to the president.
Gachagua, who latched on to the Mount Kenya region votes that he said helped propel Ruto to the presidency, vowed to protect that seat at all costs, looking at those he perceived as intruders.
Hiyo ikulu nimeweka mitego kila kona, kila pale, kila bahali nimeweka na niko na watu wakunipigia simu. Wakionekana tu karibu naambiwa.
But he didn't stop there. In his quest for the protection of the presidency and the Kenya Kwanza government, he vehemently agitated for the shareholding narrative in government.
I want this region to deliver a decisive vote for President William Ruto in 2027 and to make sure that we increase our shareholding in his government from 47% to almost 60%. Many people are uncomfortable about our shareholding. Nikidogo is only 47. 27 tutaiongeza itakuwa mingi zaidi.
It is this push that provided fertile ground for the moving of the impeachment motion that has eventually removed Rigathi Gachagua, once a heartbeat away from the presidency, from that office. In both houses of parliament, Gachagua, or Riggy G, as he was also known, was accused of corruption, insubordination, undermining the government, and practicing ethnically divisive politics, among a host of other charges.
If the deputy president had been quiet, he would have carried many people in this house. But he did not tame the tongue.
But if the Ruto-Gachagua's union was on shaky grounds, things escalated after the deadly anti-finance bill demonstrations that erupted in the country in June. Critics accused Gachagua of having a hand in the protests, claims he denied. In an unprecedented move, he went on record attacking the government security and intelligence agencies in the wake of those protests. These actions served to drive even more nails in his political coffin.
So many Kenyans would not have died. Property would not have been destroyed. Offices would not have been touched. There would have been no mayhem. But they slept on the job.
The self-proclaimed truthful man has previously served as a one-term MP for Madeira, personal assistant to former President Uhuru Kenyatta, and district officer before achieving what had been seen as impossible by clinching the running mate slot for the Kenya Kwanza presidential ticket. The 59-year-old Bachelor of Arts and Political Science graduate now has to contend with the title of the man who served for less than half his term as the country's second deputy president.